Okay. Okay. I think I did all of the things. I'm sure we'll figure out if I missed doing any of the things at all, so I think we're good here. At least for right now. I know we're going a bit early, but this is the only time that I had to go today because I'm gonna be busy this evening. Because I have to make dinner later and oh, fuck. Ah, shit. Yay, I spilled all of the things ever. This is why you shouldn't do this when you're tired. Okay. Oh, goody. Did I get my mouse? Wow, did I really not get my mouse and keyboard? Oh, my lap is sticky. Yay. I have fleece pants on because it's like fleece pajama pants. It's cold as fuck in here. And pretty sure... Yep. My drink spilled all over them. So give me just a minute here. Cause yay. I had shorts on and I threw these on over top of it because it's fucking freezing. So, I hope this isn't an indication of the way the day is gonna be, cause... yeah. Y'all, it's been... Sorry, my throat, like, closed up there. It's been a thing. Alright, well, give me a minute here. I have to clean up. Make sure I didn't get my keyboard, because that's a problem. Well, my keyboard feels dry. Okay. No, I think it mostly got on the desk and on my pants. I had my keyboard still, my keyboard tray still pushed in. So, there's one small miracle, I guess. Nope, don't you start falling now. Alright, let me just, get one of my wet wipes here. And, wipe this shit down. Now that I've got it all sopped up. Just so that we, don't have a sticky apocalypse later. Any ants or anything. Sorry, this just fell over. Good job! Y'all. Help me. I'm gonna... Oh my god. Why? Why? That's the kind of day it's gonna be. I woke up so fucking exhausted that my eyes were stinging and watering. I was like, ugh. Trying to get some caffeine into me right now. I was was up pretty late, trying to get this yarn fluffed. I've got 6 more, skeins of yarn. 6 more colors that I need to get some kind of fluff off them. At least a Ziploc bag. For our project. You know, at least get me a foundation of an amount to work with. Whether or not we use it on the first Felt Along project, I don't know. But I'd like to have them all available. Ugh. Although, I'll say, I was re-watching the tutorial for the first one last night, and I was like, oh, you know, I kind of wish I had gotten X color. But we're just gonna have to roll with what we got, cause sorry, my keyboard tray is not, it's not rolling right. I don't know why. That is the keyboard tray making that squeak. It's not one of the dogs. Alright. Put my tissue paper over there. Oh, I'm a hot mess today. Ugh. Okay, let's see if we can actually do this without destroying anything else. And I completely forgot what I was originally saying. Oh yeah, so we're gonna start early today, cause yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff I have to do later. I've got house chores, cause I'm the only one that can do house chores right now. So husband's still recovering from his surgery. He's not allowed to lift anything that's like more than 10 pounds. Excuse me. They're calling for wintry mix of, freezing rain, sleet, snow later tonight, and I still have to get recycling out to the curb for in the morning, and dishes, and make my dinner, and do yarn fluff, and all of the things. So this is the time frame that we can do this because I'm awake, so we're gonna try to squeeze this in now. There will be no death night this week, and I do apologize for that. I just didn't have time to finish the death night because I really wanted to get the yarn fluffed for this weekend, and that's a bit of a higher priority for me at the moment, because I'm really excited about this art project that we're going to be working on, probably for most of the year, to be perfectly honest. Just with how long it takes to get through a felting project for me. I think we're going to be working on an 8x10 piece of felt. I was going to go smaller, but then I was also kind of like, you know, his stuff's really hard to go small on. Doing the mini 4x4 canvases and stuff with doing the Bob Ross tutorials, it was tough, just because his stuff is so big, and then I had to try to scale it down on the fly, so it was a bit harder for me, and I want to make sure that we have enough room to work on this project. So I was thinking 5x7, but I'm thinking we might do 8x10. So because I'll have larger real estate to cover with the fluff, we'll need a bit more of time between each project. And the little 4x4 one took us 3 weeks, I think. So, and there's 13 there's 13 it's a 13-week tutorial with 13 different projects for him. I think we're going to be doing all but 1 or 2 out of season 3, The Joy of Painting. The one just seemed a bit too difficult for me to attempt. I don't think my abilities are there yet. And I didn't think I would be able to do that one justice. I think it would just be a mess and I would be frustrated. Plus, I don't have all of the colors for that one. Like, I didn't get a specific orange or anything. I almost got an orange, but I backed away from it. I kind of wish I had now, but that's okay. That one was a lot of like one color, and I just didn't think I'd be able to pull that one off. So we'll probably do 12. And that will probably get us into summer, is what I'm thinking. But I'm really excited to get started on that project. It also depends on if I do any bonus streams with it. We'll see. I was toying with trying to do an extra art stream on Saturday afternoons, but that's gonna have to depend on a lot of factors. So I haven't made up my mind on that yet.
I'm out of range.
But yeah, so I didn't get the Death Knight done. The Death Knight's sitting at like 29% through her level. And I was really trying to push her yesterday. And then I was like, you know what? I've got other shit I gotta do.
I need to get closer.
We'll bring the Death Knight in. It's just with Russell still being out of commission and me having to take care of everything else in the house, I've just been fucking tired. More so than usual. And, not gonna lie, it is tough with so many people in the house right now. There's only so much energy to go around, so.
It is too far away.
And it'll probably be that way through at least halfway through February. So we might have a couple of weeks without the Death Knight. And also the monk's been taking quite a while through Bastion right now, because I'm only killing moths. I did find a different area with moths that she can handle right now. Really afraid to go after the mobs that do gore, with the way that one just decides to DC at times. I think we might need to get a new router. But that'll be a while before we can do that, and I still have to have my dental appointment. We had to push that back. I'll give you guys a heads up what date that's gonna be. It was supposed to be tomorrow actually, but that's not happening. I had to cancel that last week because of Russell's surgery, because I didn't know when he was gonna be functioning. And his was more of a, oh, this is happening right now, so no time to think about it. They didn't even let him leave the emergency room. They're like, oh no, we're gonna deal with this in like an hour or two. Sit tight. And he's like, wait, what? There was no option given. It's like, no, this is happening, and it's like, okay. So we'll see. I mean, it's actually, I mean, it's not fine that it had to get pushed back, but we don't have the money to pay for it, so we were gonna have to put the initial extraction on the credit card. And we think there's enough room on there for that. But that's about it. So that's fun. I don't know how we're going to pay for the second half of it. We're hoping his disability gets sorted, and then we can try to shove some of that money to the side. But everything that we were in the middle of dealing with kind of just screeched to a halt.
I need a target.
Because he tried to do something small around here earlier. And then that kind of just didn't end up, like, that kind of did him in for the day, so. Hope everybody's having a good week so far.
I need to get closer.
Just wasn't quite close enough to pick up that bird, I guess. Sometimes I can pick up the bird with her. A lot of the times I can't. I think it's because I'm just on the edge. So, the Death Knight's 45, I think. So I'm kind of okay with us skipping the Death Knight this week. That'll give me another level of separation between the DK and the monk. The monk is taking quite a lot of time in Bastion for me. Took me just about all day the other night, so I'm not even sure what her slash plate is. Like, I wasn't really sitting idle on her all this level. I'll have to check on that when we log in on her. But yeah, the one night the internet dropped out while I was on her, I was like, oh, that's not good. So I had to kind of stopped working on her that night. And I was kind of pissed because I really didn't want to stop working on her, but after the weird net issue, I was like, well, I don't know what's going on, so I guess we should pause until we're sure things have stabilized. And apologies to all of the WoW Challenges people that may be watching. There's a technical issue going on right now with the MP3 file from last weekend's show getting uploaded to where it needs to go. We don't know what's going on. Lita is trying like hell to get it fixed. She's got all kinds of tickets into the help desk with the people that take care of that service. It's not inside people, it's that company's people. They're trying to help her fix it and find a solution. Don't know what's going on with that. You fucker, I almost fucking banned you there for a second. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I was almost like, no. You're lucky I read the whole message and didn't just skim it. This might ding us. Maybe. We will see. So yeah, the MP3 hasn't. There's our ding. The MP3 hasn't been posted yet. The blog post for the show hasn't been posted yet. It's pretty much done for the most part. I was just waiting on getting the MP3 file, but since we're having some difficulties, I'm not sure when that's going to be. The blog post might go up by Friday, either way. That's fine. So, we'll see what happens with that. Ugh, everything's still sticky. I'm gonna have to wipe everything down again. I was really hoping I wasn't gonna have to. I'm just glad I missed my keyboard, because that would have been a problem and probably completely killed my keyboard. WoW challenges. Blood, thirsty, soul cleave. We are vengeance. 36. This one's lagging behind a bit in the... Well, no, they're not the lowest ones, so I guess they're about middle of everybody else. The warrior's the lowest level one right now. Slash played is 1 day, 16 hours, 48 minutes, and 15 seconds. Our total kills so far, 2,621. Okay. So we'll go ahead and send that off to Twitter. And let's see what we've got for Vengery things. Let's go through the gray stuff first. So that's gonna be 121 gold from that. And we only picked up 2 greens this week, and that was like kind of a pittance there. Yeah, not even 3 gold, so. Alright, so no gear replacements for her this week. Really be nice if I could get another glaive, but... or something. Alright, let's log out of her. Like I said, no DK this week, so she's done. Let's pop on to the warrior. And warrior is the lowest level, so they are 30. I really wish we could get some gear to drop for her that she can use. She picked up a one-handed sword this week, which was okay, but the sword we have's better. So while technically she could use it, it's not worth being used because there's no strength on it whatsoever. So I'm better off just staying with what we've got there. Alright, looks like we picked up the little one too. So we'll get these guys dealt with here. Now this one's been getting a little tense, working on her. I've definitely had to eat a few times because I've gotten a little bit lower than I felt Victory Rush was going to handle at times. Been trying to hit Ignore Pain where needed. I haven't really needed Ignore Pain unless I have two on me, and I'm trying not to have two on me. These two, sometimes they don't like to separate, and they will just sit there on top of each other, so it's either wait for 5-10 minutes for them to disentangle, or just kind of go for it and make sure that we're hitting all of our things that we can. To at least get us through to the end of the fight. Alright, I'm not sure if Victory Rush is gonna... well, it might by the time we get there. So our weather is just so crazy right now. It was almost 60 yesterday. This evening they're calling for wintry mix, and by Thursday morning they're saying we could have wind chills that are -10, and I'm like, excuse me? The fuck is this shit? This is Arkansas, my friends. This isn't like Canada or Minnesota or something. The fuck is this shit? It doesn't normally get that cold here. Like, what? Not happy. Not happy. I'm not a fan of the cold weather. I'm really, really not. This shit can go screw. Because I'm freezing already. Had to turn the space heater on the second I got up. I'm frozen. I was contemplating cracking the window yesterday when I was sitting here working on my paint by number, and ran the dog outside with just my kind of like my overshirt. It's like a t-shirt material that's kind of like a long sleeve coat, but not really. It kind of is just a long sleeve shirt. didn't have my zip up hooded sweatshirt that's really my jacket. Like, I don't even own a winter coat anymore. This is just craziness. Don't like it. Somewhere warmer, please. Alright, so after this one, I think we might have a little snacky snack. She hasn't picked up much, to be perfectly honest, this level, at all. I mean, she got a tusk, but... I've got a bar and a bit left. I don't think there's enough up there, so we're gonna have to come down here. I think we can skip the water, though. The water's a pain. I think we can just get these guys. And then head back up. And then we should have enough. Come on. You stopped, so I thought you were in range. That is being silly. Alright, so we have to keep an eye on Big Ugly because he's heading back to his spawn spot. We don't want him getting any ideas. He is not invited. He just needs to stay the heck over there. Man, I remember when Ignore Pain lasted so much longer. He's... Come on, friend. I want to be up here. He turned around and started walking back pretty fast. Sometimes he just goes back to the spawn point and sits there for a second and looks around, but this time it didn't feel like he did that. I felt like he got over there and immediately headed out. Alright, we're gonna go back up. Because we've got about half a bar left. So I think we can deal with that now. I think there should be enough over here. Okay. We do have Elders Festival coming. I believe on the 30th. It's not this weekend, but I think it's the following weekend. If I'm remembering the calendar correctly. Yeah, not this weekend, but it's next Sunday. Bloodthirsty won't be able to participate in that. But, you know, your Irons, your Pacifists, everybody else that can do quests can. Just the others cannot. Well, the Bloodthirsties cannot, so. We will be trying to take the iron out for that. Not gonna bother taking the Pacifist. I would just rather gather with them, but since I'm so limited on what I can do with my iron, I think I'll just drive myself crazy with one character and just do that with them. I just hope that we get some decent XP for the turn-ins. I'm gonna be doing it either way with her. Oh, there's our tank. But all of the dungeons ever that just popped up. Okay. And we're gonna hearth back and get our slash plate. And that was a fairly quick load screen. Okay. Let's crop this down. Alright, so WoW challenges, bloodthirsty, control your soul. We are a prot warrior. Ding's level 31, so she's getting there. She's one level over the halfway mark. Slash plate is gonna be 2 days, 3 hours, 27 minutes, and 17 seconds. It's so hard when you've had characters that were higher level, that were around before level squish, that basically got their teeth kicked in and lost half of their levels due to that level squish. Because then it's like, didn't we already see this level before? And now I have to do it again. Because this one was like 40? Almost 40? Something like that. Because I was in... where were we? We were in... I think we were between 35 and 40 because we were in hinterlands killing turtles on the beach. So...
knowledge is the best currency, but I do take gold in interesting trade-ins.
I knew they had the I knew they had the stuff that would fill you completely. I didn't know how much it was. I kept telling you that you could buy stuff from there. I just never go there because I never get there when they're fucking open. Alright, so we got about 90 gold. Not great, but not terrible either, considering our level. So... Alright, so that's 2 in the books for this week. Let's pop on over to the shaman. Alright, let me redo Flame Tongue. Alright, so shaman is currently 32. About to be 33. She's gotten no real good stuff this level either. I am freezing. Oh, give me 1 second. The space heater, if I have it blowing directly on me, has been giving me nosebleeds, so it's just a little desk-sized space heater. So I just have to do a minor thing to help keep my nose from drying out too bad, so. So I've actually broken a blood vessel in each side of my nose before and had to have it cauterized back together. That was not fun. I don't recommend that. It was years ago, but they're like, well, to keep your nose from drying out, do this. So I have to put a teeny bit of Vaseline up my nose, just ever so slightly. It doesn't completely prevent the nosebleeds sometimes, but like my upper sinuses where that doesn't reach are still very angry. There's not much I can do about that. Yay, there's our proc. I'm like, gee, really? Not very many procs today. Alright. Tell you, I'll be happy when I can eat normally again. Oh, what's this? Oh, we got a bushy tail. Oh, there's one. Oof, high ticket item. My legs are so sore from doing cleaning litter boxes last night because of how I had to stand. Oof. I have no idea where Zuzu is. I just checked the bed and he's not there. He's either there and he's flat as a pancake under the blankets, which I don't think is the case based off of where the cats are laying, because he gets super upset with the cats if they get anywhere near him on the bed while he's under the blanket. He'll start snapping at them and get all worried, but he's either in the dog bed or he's with my mom. He might be in the dog bed with Momo. He was under the blanket with me when I woke up, shoving his back legs into mine, his back feet. I think that's what actually woke me up. I remember waking up at one point and I think turning over and going, wow, my hand feels really swollen today, and then I fell back asleep. And then I don't remember anything till I woke up again. So I have no idea what time that was even at. I know when I woke up this time, my one hand was my fingers were partially numb, and I'm not sure if it was the way I was laying or what. But trying to turn the fan off because I was freezing with my fingers not quite cooperating. That took some effort there, gotta say. I got a little bit more done on my paint by number that I'm working on Monday. I still need to get a photo to give you guys an update on it. Like I said, I could try to stream working on it, but I don't know where the other camera is. I just don't. And I don't know if it will reach my computer. One of them I think had a longer cord than the other, and I'm not sure which camera that was. I don't know if it was the one I currently have hooked up, or if it was the other one. And we only have the one USB extender, and I think the husband might be using that on his controller right now, but I'm not sure. But I would end up facing away from my mic if we did that. You're using a really short one for the controller. Well, I don't know how long our extender cable was. I thought we only had one. I could be wrong. I know one of the cameras had a fairly decent cord on it and the other one not so much. I haven't pulled this one up to see the length on this one, and I don't know where the cord is on the other camera. Like, I don't know where the other camera is. I don't know if I have it or you have it, or if it's in one of our many mystery containers of electronics. I thought I had given it to you because you were going to try to do something with it, and I don't know if you changed your mind about doing that and gave it back to me, or if you held on to it. Like, I don't know. Yeah, so, because we would have to get real fucking creative with how we would have to set up a camera for that. Because I don't have a wireless mic. So I would have to see if I could get the snowballs wire to reach the table that I have to use to do it. I might have to set up my Kindle to view the chat. Because I wouldn't be able to reach my keyboard or anything. Because the paint by number is 16 by 20. So it won't fit in my work area, sadly. Yeah, like I had no need for the second camera at the time, and the second, like the other camera's not that great. So I don't know where it is. But we're just so limited with space right now, I don't think I'd be able to rig it to work to be able to see everything. Okay, so there's that one. See if we can get close enough to... Yep, we got that guy. So we should only need a couple more mod, so it looks like this one pass-through will be enough. I mean, when you get those lava burst procs on the Resto Shaman, they are so nice. Sometimes I can get a couple in a row, or almost in a row. That really helps speed things along. So if I could get some more lovely procs on that, that would be fantastic. I'm not sure what triggers the procs. I don't know if it's just a chance of it happening. Or if it's a particular stat. Water walking. Okay. Well, that will come in handy. A bit, I think. There's like no real good angle for that. Alright, let's hearth on back. And we'll get our slash blade. Alright, I'm just gonna pop that off now so I don't have any problems when I go to update. What am I doing? This. Right. So there will be a podcast this weekend. I'm gonna be on the show this week. So if you guys have any bloodthirsty questions, feel free to send those in. You can send them into podcast@wowchallenges.com, or you can send them in through Facebook or Twitter. So, Wow Challenges. Bloodthirsty Tidal Soul. T-I-D. Yep, okay, so we are Resto. Ding's level 33. So she's what? 2 levels ahead of the warrior. That's gonna be tough getting those two through Bastion together. Slash played is 3 days, 5 hours, 39. Minutes and 49 seconds. Total kills for her. It's gonna be 6,368. I think those are matching numbers. Alright. So let's do Pinto Bean. Alright. Let's do our vendoring here. So not a single green this entire level, whether it was usable or otherwise. So that was kind of disappointing, but it seems to happen some levels with me. Alright, so what did we get? We got 111 gold. So a little more than what the warrior got, but you know, she also had a little bit more XP that she had to gather. So, but pretty close to what the warrior got. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop off of that one. And we'll pop onto the druid. Okay, so we're on my Tauren. Now, Tauren got a ring replacement this week, which surprised me greatly because I didn't remember any rings dropping out here, but apparently one did. So I was like, okay. And I did swap it out because I had an item level 9 ring on that looked like maybe it was from level 5, level 10, somewhere around in there. Maybe not the most ideal stats, but you know what? It was better than what I had. Look, 15 crit compared to 2. So I was like, okay, we'll take that. But if I could get another one on there. Oh, this one's unique equip, so if we do get another one, we can't put that one on. That was all she got for gear replacements this week, was a ring. It looks like I picked up another green in here, but that is male, and I can't use it. Oh, how much meat are we up to so far? We're up to 1,400 pieces of meaty haunches. Meow! Hi! What's up? Hi, littles. How are you? Good afternoon. Little has come to say hello. And to be meowy. As Little does. I think she had food when I last checked on her. Wait, did I check on my food when I woke up? I was half asleep. I'm not so sure now. I remember going to the bathroom. I remember getting a drink. I remember getting a popsicle because I was trying to wake up and I needed to shove something in my face. And I was in a hurry, so I was like, well, this'll do. And, maybe I didn't check their food. I know nobody had water when I woke up, so we have the main water bowl in our room because the cats keep tipping the one over in the kitchen. So we've just been primarily using the one community bowl in our room because the dogs can get to that one because they're not allowed in the kitchen. And I know I put water in that, and I topped off Momo's bowl. Yeah, I have no memory if I checked that or not. Oh well. They usually have food, because somebody usually checks on them throughout the day. Yeah, but with Zuzu and his weird stomach issues, we try to keep them out of the kitchen because the litter boxes are in the kitchen. And the doggos like to help themselves to the litter boxes. And we're not looking. Which is not an ideal situation. So we've tried to teach them that kitchen's off limits unless they've been invited and we're supervising them. They're mostly good about that, although sometimes Zuzu's nose leads him into trouble. but they're usually pretty good. Ooh. Like, I just woke up and I'm sitting here thinking, damn, I could use a nap. I've hardly been up that long. I've been awake for like 2 hours. So we do have some weather starting to move in. I woke up and I'm like, man, it's really dark, isn't it? It's like, what time is it? Like, I know I went to bed a little bit late, but it was actually technically early compared to the day before. So like Monday night, I got like no sleep, so I was gonna go to bed, and then there was a problem with the toilet. And then we were all kind of awake dealing with that. And then Russell's like, well, I'm awake now. Let's play Stardew Valley. I'm like, you sure? It's like 4 a.m. So I played with him till like 6. And I think I didn't fall asleep till 6:37, and then I was awake at I think 11:30. I woke up to all kinds of banging noises and people tromping through the house and stuff, so. Well, you know what? We'll just stay here. I was gonna go down there and grab those guys, but I keep forgetting I can range pull these ones. And again, sorry for the shorter streams and the... oh shit. And the different stream times lately, especially the past week or so. But if we were gonna stream today, it was gonna have to be early. Sorry, I need to keep an eye on Ugly here, because I had somebody either run into him and accidentally pull him, or pull him and get in over their heads and decided that they were gonna run, and they drug him right up to me the one night. So I had to turn and run. And I think he got halfway up the ramp to the upper pool before he turned around. So I try to keep an eye on him when people start to pull him, because I never know if they're gonna do anything silly and try to run in my direction because they see somebody killing something thinking that person's going to help them finish it. If I was on a non-challenger, I might, depending on how much health the thing had left and if I thought I could handle it. Not risking it on the challengers. Plus, he's a quest mob, so I don't want to get nailed with an accidental quest credit, because you never know what's gonna decide to suddenly give credit and what's not. So I think if I can get 3 colors of fluff done tonight, which is gonna be a pretty tall order, with the other stuff I still have to do, then we might skip finishing that art project from last weekend and dive into our Felt Along project. That's what I really wanted to do this weekend. Wasn't really that attached to our last project. I just thought it would be something quick, and it turned out to be much longer. So I'm okay if we don't end up finishing that. I mean, I could probably finish it on the side eventually and just post an update on that later. It's still on my board. I haven't pulled it off of my glass plate yet, so we might just revisit that in another day, another time. Or I might just finish it off stream and post an update photo for you guys on Twitter. So make sure you're following the social things down below. I still need to add Instagram to there. Nisey is on Instagram now. She's only got like 13 posts on there. And they're all arty things. So Nisey doesn't really do selfies. I know I'm referring to myself in the third person, but I don't really do selfies. Don't really go anywhere to have a reason to do selfies with. I guess I could like upload some of our past photos from the last time we went to Key West. Could probably do a Pinky's Adventures album. You alright? What happened? You sure you're okay? What'd you drop? Alright. Sorry. Didn't mean to yell at you guys. Husband slipped. In the other room. Didn't mean to yell in your ears. It scared me. I heard a loud thump. Sorry. Apologies. You sure you're okay? We don't want anything tearing open. That would be bad. That would be very, very bad, because he still has the little tiny mini gauze pads attached to him. They kind of look like the inside of a band-aid, like the band-aid absorby pad that are still stuck to several places on him that they're like, don't take those off, they'll fall off when they're ready to fall off. And he can only bend so far. Like, he can't really bend over, but he can kind of kneel down if he's careful. So him slipping on a potty pad is not a good thing. I did that the other night. I don't even know how I did it. I stood on it for a second, and I was reaching down to get something, and all of a sudden my foot just kind of slid. Unexpectedly. I'm not sure how he even managed to step on them, because they were all kind of all to the side, unless the cats fussed with them. The one cat is obsessed with trying to cover up the potty pad, and I'm like, buddy, you gotta stop scrunching the puppy pad. It needs to be laid out, and the cat's like, nope.
We need a target.
Oh, so we're almost there on this one. And then we'll swap over to the monk. Still want to try to get at least a level in on the Pacifist before I have to bounce. I'm just checking my time. Promise as soon as Russell's feeling better, we'll be back to our we'll be back to our more normal streams. We got something. Oh, we already have this piece of gear, but 3 crit. Oh, there's no crit on this one. I mean, we're in tank spec, so we might not necessarily need the crit. What's mastery do for me? Increases your health and healing received. I don't know. The armor rating is exactly the same. And the agility is exactly the same. So I don't really... It's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of another, so... Never mind, I got excited for nothing. Hey, Mrs. Rock Guru. How are you? I hope you are well in your neck of the woods. Well, that's a bummer. I got all excited thinking we got a replacement piece of gear, and we did not. Dang. Sadness. Alright, let's... Alright, I have to do this and that. Alright, let's go ahead and hearth back. And we'll get our slash bleed. Okay. So let's crop out some of that dead space. That's better. That's a nice shot. Alright, so WoW challenges, bloodthirsty, soul survivor. We are a bear druid, so I don't feel like trying to spell out guardian, because I'm gonna butcher it. Thing's level 40, so yay. we're looking at a slash played of 3 days, 9 hours, and 12 seconds. Alright, so total kills currently. 6,354. Okay. So let's go and do the inventory things.
Knowledge is the best currency. But I do take gold and interesting trade-ins.
Okay, so vendor trash was 128 gold. And the other things were an additional almost 4 gold. Alright. So this one's got, what, 20 levels to go? Oh. 20 weeks to go on the druid. 20 weeks to go. That sounds so depressing saying it that way. Oh my god, we've got so much further to go on this one. Oh, goodness. Alright, let's hop on the monk. Okay. So, she had picked up quite a few greens during her leveling process. So it will be interesting to see what her grand total is going to be. For this level. Because I was doing a quick tally at one point, and it looked like 400 gold on just the greens, but that was just like taking the first number and then adding up all of the first numbers. We'll see. And that's not counting the vendor trash. Oh, excuse me. Damn. Excuse me. Sorry. So we've got 1 bar left to go. Because... oh, that's right. Because the leveling out here is pretty slow. So this level took me 7 hours and 49 minutes so far. Probably gonna hit 8 hours, because it's only 10 minutes away from... oh, let's not right off the bridge, that would be bad, before hitting the 8-hour mark. So I think you're gonna... oh no, there we go. This one likes to evade in this rock, so I'm over here. This is a different area than what you guys normally see me level with when we get to Hero's Rest. We usually go the other way, and kill that stuff there, and then cross the road, and then kill that stuff there, and then run up towards another quest hub, and then run down the road. So, there's a lot of gore mobs once you get to this point. I was sort of able to kill a few mobs that had gore on them, that were doing the gore dots. it was okay, but it was definitely, definitely had to stay on my toes, and I wasn't fully comfortable dealing with them. So I moved over here to the moths, and these guys don't hit quite as hard. So we've been having a slightly easier go of it. They don't give as much XP as the other mobs though, because they don't have as much health. And they're a bit gentler, so they give a little bit less. But at this point, with how squishy this one can be, it felt like perhaps going a little bit slower and taking a safer mob was a little bit better. So this is where we're at. And there's not a whole lot of these guys, so my leveling loops have been much shorter than other sections. But I haven't really had to wait too long for respawns. It hasn't been too bad. I've been trying not to use Touch of Death too much. I'll use it here and there every so often. At this point I've been trying to save it for when my net gets funny. Because I did have a DC over the weekend and thought I was coming back to a dead character. The mob had 300 health left on it. And everything just ground to a halt and nothing was going through, and I was like, oh no, what the fuck. I was hitting Gift of Naru, I was hitting Touch of Death, I was hitting every fucking heal I had, I was hitting Paralysis, I was hitting everything just to try to get something to go through, and then I completely dropped, and I was like, well, that one's dead. Great. And I did come back and she was just standing there waiting for me, so I was like, oh, thank God. This one has felt like they've had more lives than a cat. What's all this up here? Must be something for a world quest. Or some shit. Alright, well, we'll be staying down here. I think as long as we don't venture up that way, we'll be okay. I've never seen those guys up there before. Like at all. That's interesting. I'm not entirely sure why they are there. You would think if they were for a world quest, and I didn't have world quests engaged right now, I wouldn't be able to see them. Fascinating. I've never seen them before. In all of the 6+ hours I was leveling Monday? Not yesterday, Monday. I did not see them at all. Curious. Very curious indeed. But yeah, I hit a stretch where I was just getting green after green after green, so I mean, that was interesting. But we're definitely gonna leave those guys alone up there. I mean, while my gear is semi-current. I don't know what they're gonna do, and I really don't want to mess with them. So they can stay up there. I did pick up 6 slumber powders so far, so that's kind of the high ticket item off of these moths. So So that's been nice. The leafy antennas are worth a decent chunk too. I mean, singularly, they're kind of a nothing, but I've got 124 of them that are worth 148 gold, so that's not terrible. When I have 200 of these, and they're only worth 89, so these are worth more. So, you know, we'll see what grand total looks like when we're all done here. It is getting windy. I am so stuffy. My allergies are just angry. Sinuses are angry. The phone ringing just scared the shit out of me. I think that's the first time I've heard that phone ring in like a day and a half. Where it's registered in my brain that the phone was ringing. I mean, it may have rung previously when I was asleep and it just didn't wake me up, but that seemed rather loud. Drives me crazy seeing the proc available for Touch of Death, but I'm also trying to hold it for a potential problem where I need this fight to end right now. It's nice to have those buttons, because you don't have those buttons on a whole lot of classes. I will say this has not been a class that I am in love with. This class has kind of felt like it's drug on forever. Kind of falls into the same category as Rogue with me, where I'm really just not feeling it. Antimon. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. What are you? You are a Tauren Druid. I swear, like 90% of the Tauren Druids I see are from Trollbane. It's so bizarre. Yeah, husband's half lurking. He's too busy playing Stardew Valley and trying not to die in the mines while using his controller. Alright, I am going to use Touch of Death on this one though. Just because that one's easier to deal with. Alright, so I think we really only need like one more kill or two. I'm just glad I figured out when to pull this one, because if it's in a certain spot, it dips down into the rocks and evades, and then you kind of have to wait for it to be teleported out of the rock for it to reset, which is kind of annoying. Or I'll try to change where I'm standing if it's stuck in there, just to see if it'll get itself out of the rocks a little bit faster.
I need a target.
Oop, I was wrong. Looks like we're gonna need 3 of these guys. Well, 1 more. Maybe. Maybe it'll be 2 more. We will see. Ding, there it is. Spell harm reaches a new passive. Spell harm can be cast during Soothing Mist and additionally heals the Soothing Mist target. Okay. Sure. If you say so. Alright, let's get our screenshot here. And we'll hearth back to Hero's Rest. Okay. So there's that. Get that cropped down. So WoW challenges. Bloodthirsty Soul Fist. We are a Mistweaver monk. Ding's level 54. So she's got 6 more levels to go. We're looking at a slash played so far of 9 days, 21 hours, 29 minutes, and 44 seconds. Total kills. Sorry, my chair is still making crunchy noises whenever I'm kind of leaning back into the back of it and shifting around. 19,655. Okay. So we'll tweet that. We're gonna come a few feet over and we're just gonna use the mammoth because it's easier up here. Alright, so we had just about, oh for fuck's sake, hang on guys, I'll be right back. Alright, sorry guys. My dad needed something. Bear, are you still in the chat? I'm not sure if you actually have the volume up and you're listening or not. Alright, so let's go through our vendor trash. Apparently the phone call was Washington Regional calling to remind you of your appointment on Monday and about wearing masks, and that it's at an office building or something. And I'm like, yeah, we know, we have the paperwork for it. So I'm like, why are they calling on a Wednesday when it's not till next week? They usually do that on Fridays. I don't know what that's about. But whatever. I forgot to do our repair bill. Okay, so the vendor trash was 409 gold. Well, no, I know they always call. It just seemed like they were calling awfully early to do the reminder. So let's look at how much greens we got, dollar amount. Oh, I cannot get comfy now. My chair's not in the right spot. Alright. And that was an additional 490 some gold, so 9, 10, 11. Carry the 1, 10. Four and 4 is 8, so just under 1,000. Like 9 and change. If my tired brain is doing estimated math right. So not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, let's swap, and we're going to go grab the Pacifist now. Alright, so he's still kind of hanging out in Western Plaguelands. Because why not? Might as well. Oh boy, sorry, I got caught up in a pissing contest going on Facebook. With some of the townspeople getting pissy about why is school let out early on Wednesday and them not busing the kids home at the early dismissal time. Right. Anyhow. Hey Zorts.
King's honor, friend.
Let's just vendor that stuff. I can't vendor these, which Makes me sad. And I really wish there was an anvil here so I could smelt this crap, but I can't. Anyhow. The Facebook people can go be crazy. I can't deal with them right now, so. I got too much else running through my brain. So I hope everybody's week's been going okay so far. I was gonna check the weather real quick and then got caught up with that. Just curious to see what the temperature was because the wind chill was already 33. And we gotta make sure that we drip the faucet in the kitchen if it gets too cold so it doesn't freeze. Alright, so yeah, we went a little bit early today because I've got shit I've got to do in a little bit. I've got to make dinner and that's going to take a couple of hours because we're doing pasta sauce tonight. And to be perfectly honest, I'd like to eat before 8 p.m. But husband really wasn't up to babysitting food, so. Because it's a lot of get up, get down, and go stir the shit. So. I'll be doing that in a little bit once we're done here. And I think there's some stuff I have to go do for the show this weekend to get ready for that. Oh, he does exist. He is here today. So we're just gonna fly around him. We should be able to get this without him coming for us, I think. I think he's just out of range there. And we should be able to grab this. Alright. So there, we can see me a little bit better now. Alright. I really hope we don't get the ice like they're saying we're supposed to. The ice is worse than the snow because people don't see the ice on the roads. And they're doing their, like, normal 50 flying past our house, so. And we've got a banked turn at the end of our road. So then you kind of have to wonder how many people are going to slide off of that into the ditch. Because the drainage system here is kind of bizarre. They'll just have these fucking trenches along the edge of the road and no guardrails up on the edges of them. So that's kind of a thing. And those trenches can do some damage to your vehicle. All right. helps if I mount before we take off. Just a little bit. So this is one of the safer, quote-unquote, safer pacifist grinding areas that I've come across. Very few mobs back here to worry about. I mean, there's a couple like that rare back there, and then the gargoyle that comes up to the edge of the gap up here. So, you know, whether you're super low level and you're up here, or you have crummy time engaged and you're up here still, just be careful. Just be aware of that. But otherwise, aside from those two things, it's pretty tame. I mean, there's a couple spiders, like up in here is where you have to worry about the gargoyle. He's got a fairly long patrol path, so you might not see him very often. We only saw him that once out of, what, 3 or 4 loops? So, we did miss Darkmoon Fair this month just because I didn't go without you guys, and we didn't do a WoW stream last week because husband had surgery, so. And I was exhausted, so, you know, it's okay. It's just one Darkmoon Fair. It's not that big of a deal. We've missed plenty before. I'm sure we'll miss plenty again. But, you know, good thing is, it comes back around next month. I mean, it's not like there's that much XP there for us. There's just, like, 4 quests. So, it helps a teeny bit. But at the same time, I have to schlep all the way back to there, as I can't get there directly from here. So I mean, it's a small pain in the ass, but we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so the King's Blood there, that's a trap, because the spiders are there. Not fucking worth it. That node is not for you. Unless you are a rogue and can sap the spider. We're not. We are a hunter, but I don't even want to bother freeze trapping that. It's one node. It's not worth it. It's not worth tempting fate and having the trap fail and all of that shit. So there's plenty other nodes for us out here. 100%. Okay, that one's over there. Just make sure that we're not missing anything up here. And we're not, so. And I hardly ever see anybody up here most of the time. So I don't have to really worry too much about proc skills. So that's something. Oh. For some reason, when I'm mounted and close enough to the ore and I go to hammer it, it will dismount me, but when I'm close enough to the ore, or if I'm close enough to a flower and go to pick it, it won't dismount me. I find that fascinating. Not quite sure what that's about. But hey, we're already halfway through. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Alright, let's go and grab this one. And I'm just skipping the strangle kelp because I don't feel like swimming down to it. It's on the it's not worth it list for me. Okay. He's still there. So we're gonna skip that life route. Because again, it's not worth him potentially triggering to me. And we can't kill him. And we're close enough to him where if somebody else landed to kill him, I'm nervous that it would prox kill to us. So we're just gonna not. We're just gonna move on to the next one. It hurts so much to skip some nodes though, because it's like, I really want that node, but after pacifisting through pacifisting? After being a pacifist through Bastion, there we go. No matter what way you say that, it doesn't sound right. You learn to walk away from nodes. It hurts, but you gotta. Because some of those nodes are just not in a good location for you. So if this one does make it into Shadowlands, I'm going to have to do the Shadowlands portion as a recording. Because either that or it's going to be very late night streams where we're just working on the Pacifist. So I haven't made up my mind which we're going to do there. We'll figure that out if and when we get there. Like, I could fly, I don't know why we're just running along. Habit, I guess. I'm not used to being on my flying mount. Oh, it looks like Lich King time walking is happening this week. For any time walking friends out there. I mean, can we get this one? I don't know. Maybe? I feel like I'm gonna fall off the edge of this. The other one wasn't possible. There was too many mobs around that. Just making sure I don't see our gargoyle friend here before we land. Because I do have Crommy time on. I don't normally fuss with Crommy time, but because it was either Crommy time or try to figure out what the fuck else we were gonna do or go do archaeology, it just seemed like less of a problem to just go and put Crommy time on. So we'll just do it that way. And then we might be able to stay here till 50. I mean, that's gonna be a hell of a lot of iron ore, but if it gets us to where we need to go safely, that's all that really matters, right? And I'm sorry if you can hear the mother-in-law yammering on in the background. Apologies for that. I don't know if it came through or not. She was being loud at the dogs. Sometimes you'll see some stuff up in here, so I just want to make sure that we didn't miss anything. Are we in the middle of nodes respawning? Yes. Yes, we are. I went too fast. It was starting to, we were going past the regen point, apparently. Which is kind of funny because... Let's keep backtracking now. Because I don't have fast flying on this character. I purposely try not to get fast flying on my pacifists because I feel like with the fast flying, nodes are regenning as you go by them. And then you have to keep double backing. Which is a bit annoying. Oh, for a second there I thought somebody came and killed him. He was just on the edge of our view distance there. Alright, so that node didn't come back yet. Yes, we seem to be in the middle of a respawn cycle, it would seem. Because, I mean, the strangle kelp's still out there. So it doesn't appear to be a lag issue or anything. Alright, so we got 3 more bars to go. I'm really tempted to try to get a 2nd level in on this one today, but I don't know. Let me see how far they are through their rested once we ding. Because then that might mean we don't have that much rested to pull from for next week. And while you don't have to be rested, it just makes things go so much faster. Alright. Okay, so we're not gonna venture there because there's a whole bunch of guys just sitting there casting spells, just waiting. That sungrass is just sitting there saying, "Come pick me." But there's all kinds of hostile dogs and worms, and the worms aren't hostile, but there are hostile dogs in there, and that gargoyle that's patrolling. So I feel like that one could get you into quite a bit of trouble if you try to grab it. So let's get this one. I actually need to take a look at the Lunar Festival right up from last year and see how much of it I have to redo. I don't know. I might not have to redo that much of it. Depends on if they added anything. I haven't heard any talk of them adding anything. But then again, 90% of the time, I have my head in the sand. Because I'm just so busy with my own shit, so... Oh, there's our day. Aspect of the wild. We don't really need that. Now that I'm reading it. Okay, so we don't have a full level of rested here, so that's fine. That's a-okay. We're almost up to 200 iron ore, though. Alright, let's get our photo. And we'll go ahead and hearth back to Chillwind, since that's where we're hanging right now. And we'll get our slash blade. I was gonna say, if we had like another full level of rested, I was gonna be like, fuck it. We'll play through that level. And by next week, this one should have enough rested to go again. But with it only being halfway, not even halfway through, we'll just leave it where we're at for now. Alright, so it's gonna be, oh, that's not right. Well, challenges, pacifist, down in front. Ding's level 38. And we've got a slash blade of 1 day, 23 hours, 8 minutes, 30 seconds. Now that is in no way the real world time, because this one has sat and gotten dusty for quite a while. But I figured, what the hell? We'll go ahead and dust them off and let them do a little bit of leveling for us. We might have to head back into Ironforge soon, because we kinda, sorta, maybe, I don't know, should we get a new bag? The only new bag we have, or the only big bag we have, is our 16 slot Darkmoon Fair bag. We have the money to get another weave or something, but we're not getting that much different stuff, so we might really not technically need it. I don't know. I mean, maybe when we go to the next Darkmoon Fair, we'll put all of this stuff up on an auction house and smelt all of the things, because there's no smelting station here. So, alright, so again, apologies for only running the 5 bloods this week. I just did not have enough time to get the DK ready. Maybe next week we'll have the DK ready. It depends on a lot of things. My sanity being the #1 factor. And and how I'm feeling being the number 2 factor, or that might factor into sanity as well. But thanks for hanging out with me today. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. It's probably gonna be Minecraft, because I don't know if I don't think we can do Stardew Valley with the husband while he's in the other room, because the computer that's in the other room is barely running Stardew Valley, and we won't be able to share your screen, sir. So we won't be able to do screen share if we do that tomorrow. Because we were screen sharing through Discord, and that computer, you haven't been running Discord on, you've been running Discord through your phone. So we'll see what happens, because he's not hardwired on that computer, he's on the Wi-Fi, and sometimes it's a little laggy for him. We'll figure it out. It'll probably end up being Minecraft if we can't get the other thing to work. So thanks for hanging out with me today. Tomorrow, like I said, it'll either be Stardew with the husband or Minecraft. Friday will either be Beavers or Zoo. Saturday, probably not gonna be a stream, since I'm gonna be on the WoW Challenges podcast with Lita this weekend. That's Saturday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern. Sunday, I'm hoping that I can get the rest of this wool sorted so that we can start our Bob Ross felt along. I hope that's the plan, because I really want to start that. That's my goal. So don't forget to follow in all of the places. We've got the Twitter at NiseyBGN. We've got Instagram at NiseyBGN. We've got the YouTube page, NiseyBGN. We have the Kofi page, which also looks to be NiseyBGN as well. I feel like, oh, and the Etsy store is Nisey Paints. And so all of the things, feel free to follow around in there. Hopefully we will be putting some of the Bob Ross felt along pieces up there, depending on how they come out. If they're not total garbage, when they're done. And when I have the money to relist things. So yeah, you guys have a great night. Stay safe, stay warm, take care of yourselves, and until tomorrow, have a good one.